Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. Where is Monday Night Raw coming from, sir?
I don't know, because I never actually put that
Oh, okay,
down.
that's my bad. That's my bad.
All good.
So I'll look it up just for the sake of me asking.
Yeah.
But because I like using that piece of the puzzle
Just to, like, get you the...
give me that little extra seasoning on top.
For sure.
Because especially when it comes to Chicago, Canada, California, Texas, I think those are my... and I also pick Ohio, too.
Oh, yeah, we're pretty good.
Well, I do that for making myself happy, because I tend to book things in Ohio to what I would want it to be.
For sure.
But California...
Because you could go to the show. Yeah,
California likes to sit on their hands. Texas loves their homegrown heroes. Same with Canada as far as homegrown heroes. And Chicago loves great wrestling. Same with Philadelphia.
We're in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, Virginia.
Richmond Coliseum.
Okay. I feel like Virginia's like 50-50. Sometimes we have a hot crowd, sometimes
it
not.
depends on what's on and
because
what
like
the crowd's
Chicago,
doing.
I feel like they'll make it a hot show regardless.
I'm about to say they'll just whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get in the mood.
So what's going on in Virginia, sir?
Well, on April 14th of 2003, we start the show in the back in Eric and Tori's office. They're over there going through their notes, trying to figure out, all right.
I still love this pairing. I think this is so smart of you. The thing is, so I don't treat Terry badly, and I certainly don't treat Steph badly, but I just don't book women much on my shows. And so the way that you treat the women is just so proper. Like, you treat them like they're quality talent,
yeah.
not objects to be ogled.
Yeah. It works even better when you consider how Eric Bischoff treated women in WCW too.
Yeah.
Which is so sad because he had Alundra Blaze and could have did a lot.
Oh yeah.
But
in Eric's defense, I'll say this. So they did try to launch the women's division twice.
Yes.
And failed both times, obviously. But
in spectacular fashion.
What I was gonna say is, in Eric's defense, he always had so many masters. He had so many people to answer to. Whereas when Vince makes bad decisions, Vince was only Vince's only person to answer to. So it's like when you, Mr. McMahon, make bad decisions, it's like that's on you.
Yeah.
But when Eric had problems, I'm like, well, at least you had a lot of layers to your organization. And so, like, sometimes I can be like, maybe it's not exactly your fault. Maybe.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's a good point, Oz. I agree. Obviously, Eric and Tori, like I said, in the office, former World Heavyweight Champion, AEW World Champion, Triple H barges into the office, absolutely furious that they allowed Ric Flair to just be assaulted last week. They were supposed to step in that ring for a sanctioned match between two professional wrestlers. And instead, Ric Flair essentially got mauled by a bear. So, he demands A, a rematch with Brock Lesnar, and B, an opportunity to get his World Heavyweight Championship back, and he wants it tonight. And of course, this is when his old D-Generation X tag partner, Shawn Michaels, walks in and tells him that based on where he's at mentally right now, you're going to lose.
Oh.
1,000%. You're not going to win that match.
Wait. So Shawn is actually helping Triple H.
Listen.
Theoretically.
Yeah. You also...
Looking out for you. Yeah, I like it.
Listen. When you're friends with somebody, even if you fight, you have a complicated relationship, they're still always going to be your friend.
And I'll say this, they actually are good at doing that in real life.
Yes.
Of the on and off-ness of it all.
Exactly. So he's just straight up telling the truth. So, he literally tells him, you're not going to win. You don't want this match right now. Triple H says, if he can't get Brock, then he'll fight Shawn tonight.
Okay. So, I don't mean to interrupt your story.
Yeah.
But I was worried about Triple H. Actually, I've been worried about Triple H a lot. Because so much in real life...
I think he does okay in the future, to be fair.
Well, I was going to say, he does, yeah. So, real life, obviously, he both did good things and does do good things. But what I mean is, so, WrestleMania 20, the main event in real life, Triple H is in it. Well, we already have agreed that he's not in our WrestleMania 20 main event.
Yeah, which is okay.
Exactly, but like I don't have him, so it's partially what makes me wonder what's gonna come of him.
What's he gonna do?
Okay. And then so obviously he also main events with Cena later, but I don't have either of those guys, so I don't know what's going on. And so, like I said, there's been a part of me that wonders or worries. And another thing about it is because I barely booked the World Champions, because like Rock had it for a cup of coffee, but throughout the duration of Alpha and German Worldwide, basically the World Champions have been mostly Raw wrestlers. And I'm not complaining about that. Triple H started with the title and he went back and forth, but we all knew where he was going to land.
Right.
And when Brock won the title off of Rock, again, he was yours. We knew what was up. Triple H won it. He was yours. We knew what was up.
Yeah.
And so, like, anyway, it's always just something in my head where I'm like, what? And that's also one of the things I love most about it is because I don't know. Yeah. And then when I see it, I'm like, oh man, it's awesome.
Oh, that's how we're swinging this.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. But yeah, no, that's great. I think that's a genius match.
I do what I can. Eric, of course, cuts them off and like, well, listen here, guys. I'm your employer. You guys don't make the matches. I make the matches. So we're going to have this match, but it's going to be next week instead of tonight.
Okay.
Because I said so.
Yeah.
And, of course, they both look at him, roll their eyes, and then look at each other and be like, I'll see you next week then. Segment ends.
Yeah.
Go to commercial, yada, yada, Frosted Flakes, Wheaties, whatever. Comes back, and we have Christian having an in-ring interview with Ace reporter Shane Helms.
Yep, that's good stuff.
And he tells him, after losing the U.S. title to Kurt, is going to take some time out of the ring, step back, reflect on what he needs to do, and where he's going to go next in his career. That's basically the gist of it. So he's going to do some self-reflection, figure out what's best for Christian. Mm-hmm. Not Christian Cage. I didn't take a lot to not say Christian Cage.
Right.
Next up, we have Scotty defeating Hardcore Holly. After the match, he gets attacked by Hardcore Vice, telling him that if he wants a title, wants singles gold, I should say, then you better think again. So Scotty getting stomped out by Hardcore Vice, so that's Dreamer and...
it's not Sandman. Al Snow.
Al Snow.
And Steven Richards.
You got it.
Yep.
3 for 3. Yeah, don't worry, I had to remember too.
Because the faction started as a Raven vehicle.
Yep. And if Raven has a faction, you know your boy Steven Richards has to be in it.
Absolutely.
That's just the rule.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Nidia going one-on-one with Victoria.
Hey, I'm all right with that.
Yep. Victoria obviously dominates most of the match because she's effing Victoria.
Yeah.
But surprise, surprise, Nidia getting a roll-up victory over Victoria. Victoria's sitting there shocked with the rest of her Black Widow alliance. Can't believe that this scrub beat her.
Mm-hmm.
So huge pop in the crowd. They're like, "Oh crap, she won!"
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think that's a genius booking, and by there being a faction, it can lead to continued interactions. Yeah, feud, whatever.
Whatnots, as you will.
Yeah.
All right. Now here comes the meat and potatoes of the show here. So we have Chris Jericho coming out with the not brand new but newer tag team champion, one couple Well, a couple weeks back. Sorry.
Yes. So the Raw after WrestleMania.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Raw after
that
Mania.
is where Kane and O'Haire won the tag team championships
Of
off
the world.
of Gold Dust and Billy Gunn.
Yeah, feel good tag team of the summer
Oh, that was so
or spring, I guess.
sure. But it was just so it was so fun seeing it coming because as soon as you booked them to win the ladder match, I was like, oh, is this Zack Ryder? And you're like, no, yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%. It was a Zack Ryder moment.
I'm a big fan of Matt Cardona though.
Oh, he's excellent. I hope he becomes ROH World Champion. Probably won't, but I would like him to. Which I think you guys will know by the time this comes out.
Oh, 100%. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have the results.
Yep. But so Jericho is upset about how his Mania went, but he does feel like with the win of his boys right here, his fortunes are turning around. Everything's looking up for old Y2J. Hands the mic over to O'Haire, and he talks to the audience about listening to the devil on their shoulder, because when you listen to the devil, you get the gold, or something.
Yeah.
Goofy
Whatever.
tagline
I got
like
you.
that.
Yeah.
Out comes the Dudley boys, and they tell Sean that they're the perfect example of listening to the devil on their shoulder. Bubba says, we don't care if it's women, we don't care if it's children, we don't care if they're old people, we'll powerbomb anybody through a table.
That's actually true.
Yeah. And I think they've done all the above, so. And we really don't care if it's demons. So.
Oh, my brother, testify.
Dudley's rush to the ring, attack Jericho, attack O'Haire, attack Kane. And then, of course, they do the usual Dudley spots, hit the what's up,
I'm guessing that means Jericho probably powders and doesn't really take much of the assault since it's 3-on-2.
The exact opposite, actually. So they get O'Haire out. O'Haire rolls out, drags Kane out to protect him. And then Devon grabs Jericho.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Put him
well, I just knew that somehow you had to change the numbers game.
Yeah.
Is why I guess that way. But yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
But Jericho gets 3D through a table because, somebody's got to go through a table.
Absolutely.
And then we fade to commercial. Come back from commercial. Jericho's, of course, in the trainer's room. He's hurt. He's upset. He's like, where were you guys? My ribs are killing me. And only the way Jericho does, he really hams up the fact he went through a table, even though he's gone through probably 1,000 tables
for sure.
in his career.
Well, and it's interesting because we're in that iteration of Kane where he's still fully masked.
Yep.
He's almost in that Spinaroonie Kane.
Oh right, yeah, we
era.
are. Yeah, in that ballpark.
Yeah, where he's got the ability to do anything that he wants, whether he's serious, scary, goofy, anything. He's just so much range in this time.
Yep. But yeah, Kane's just standing there. He does like just a little like Michael Myers.
I was gonna say like the confused dog.
There it is, the confused dog. That's even better.
Yeah.
O'Haire's like, we're sorry. We thought you were right behind us. we were just trying to get out of there.
Well, and the thing I like about this is O'Haire, much like Jindrak on SmackDown, was never treated with the respect that you and I are giving them.
Yeah.
And so
sucks because O'Haire is great.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I mean, former WCW World Champion on the Wednesday Night Wrestling remix.
Woo!
And the thing is, with the way that we're presenting the characters, like it's not hurting Paul White or Chris Jericho to elevate the younger guys.
Good, which is what Jericho did in WCW all the time anyway. So
absolutely
worked out. But yeah, as Jericho's sitting in the trainer's room, he's also yelling about his segment being interrupted, about his time being interrupted. He talked to Tori Wilson for hours trying to figure out how to get this segment on the road, and then gets interrupted by the Dudley boys like that. And then he points to O'Haire and Kane. I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with it. This is ridiculous. I want you two to handle this issue. Go take care of them. O'Haire and Kane acknowledge and leave. And then Jericho goes back to talking to the trainer when Rob Van Dam walks in. He tells Chris he's looking at the sore Chris and Van Dam says, you're looking a little sore there, Chris. And Chris looks up and like, you just made the list. No. He's like, you know what, Van Dam? I'll show you how sore I am next week on Monday Night Raw. And Rob, of course, is like, cool.
Yeah, I mean, and realistically, those are that's going to be a stacked Raw because these are all matches I'm interested in seeing, whether it be the tag team match, the never-ending feud between DX, or in this case, two former ECW television champions going at it. So, like
I'm about to say,
stacked.
really no downside.
Yeah.
Finally, last match of the night. Stemming off the pie face super kick combo we have John Cena going one-on-one with Umaga.
Fatu.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Fatu.
Yeah, no, I only say that because A, it's a legacy name, and B, I just think it sounds good to have both the first and the last name. I've always been a fan of Alexander Rusev and Antonio Cesaro and
oh my God,
Adrian Neville.
I forgot they all had more than one name.
Yeah, I just it makes them feel more real to me when people have a first and last name. Although it's funny because in AEW, Pac and Miro didn't have I don't know if they're first or last names, but they didn't have more than one name.
I know for sure Pac never had a last name or first name or whatever.
Well, I'm saying that's the thing. It's like, is Pac a first name or a last name?
Yeah,
is he Mr. Pac?
Yeah.
Or is he Pac?
El Pac.
Yeah. Or is he Pac unknown?
That's actually a great point.
Yeah, so that's why I was making the joke there.
Yeah.
But my point just is that I like, for instance, Goldberg, who's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
We know his name is Bill.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's Bill Goldberg, but sometimes it's just Goldberg. But regardless, we know.
I'm about to say, we know he has two names.
And that's all I'm really asking for is just give me the knowledge.
Listen, some people just go through life with one name.
Yeah, Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna.
Cher.
Yeah, I'm about to say, millions of examples. And then you have people with 5 last names or 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So, that's what's beautiful about life, the variety.
Sure.
But, yeah, so, there's a nice back and forth match. Again, you're seeing a Umaga match. They have phenomenal.
The beautiful thing is, exactly. When matches have happened, I can just fill the video full of beautiful graphics.
I'm about to say, and this is very, very aggressive. In fact, most of this match is contested outside the ring with these two, because they're both strong as H.
Absolutely.
So they're throwing each other in the barricade, the steel steps. Umaga Uranagi's Cena through the announce table. Cena throws him to over the timekeeper's area. It's just violence upon violence upon violence, and I love it. The match comes to a conclusion with Cena getting the old schoolboy roll up with holding the tights and the feet on the ropes to escape with the 1, 2, 3. He gets the pin, rolls out the ring towards the ramp, and of course he's got this shit-eating grin because
heel John Cena.
He's feeling himself.
I just remembered there's something that you have not done that you keep saying you might do.
What?
And so I need to let you know that it doesn't have to be this time, but by next recording, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to request the next Raw pay-per-view. That way it gives you time. You keep saying, oh, John Cena raps against said opponent. And every time you're like, I'll not this time, I'll get it next time.
Yeah.
So next Raw pay-per-view, John Cena should rap against his opponent.
Okay, yeah. The problem is I have to come up with a rap.
I know, that's why I said, that's why I'm giving you time.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, so Cena's walking out, and Rikishi steps up behind him, and he bumps into Rikishi. And he does the comedy.
Well, and the cool thing about Rikishi and John being in a feud is you might be able to just rip something off he actually did because they had some back and forth on SmackDown.
Yep, so I could actually take advantage. That's a good point. All right, I'll put some thought into it.
For sure.
But, Rikishi throws Cena back in the ring. He's surrounded by all 3 members of the Samoan SWAT team. And so Umaga, so after they finish stomping him out, they put him in the corner. And, the Umaga hip check thing. He's setting up for it. Does the chest slap. Starts running full speed. And gore!
Whoa, okay. That's cool.
Rhino gores Umaga out of his boots. Rikishi standing there in shock. Tao standing there in shock. Rhino gores Tao out the ring. And then Rikishi starts throwing fists with Rhino. Cena turns him around, picks him up, hits him with an FU. John Cena is aligned with Rhino
Okay, that
close out the show.
is very cool, very surprising, and it is refreshing because in John's original iteration, he had both Rodney Mack and Bull Buchanan as heavies. And obviously I had both those guys, and you had John. And so this is a very good, unique, and great way to show off Rhino in a different light. Oh man, I'm very excited for this.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, it beats in his old heavy of, was it Tonko? Am I remembering that right?
No. It was Bull Buchanan and Rodney Mack. Those were his two heavies. Now, Rodney Mack only did it for like a week, maybe two. But it was Bull Buchanan as B squared.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right.
B squared.
Wait, so...
Tyson Tonko was only with Christian.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay. I was like,
Christian
I knew one of my guys
Stress.
had Tyson Tonko. I couldn't remember who. All right, cool.